So, the number one reason I find most people are worried about writing their book is because they're thinking nobody's going to read it. And it's a lot of work for you to go through if someone is not going to read your book. So, on today's video, I'm going to show you 3 quick writing tips that will always be kind of that front and center when you're getting to write that next chapter in the book. So, stay tuned. I'm going to share those with you in today's video. I'm Karen Roy. I am an author and a speaker, and I am the founder of Book Coaching Academy, where ideas become books and entrepreneurs become authors. Feel free at any time during the video to hit the subscribe button and tick off the notifications so that every Wednesday you'll be notified when I upload a new video. So the writing tips I want to talk to you today are really based around the premise of the impact of a message. And I've used that throughout my whole career. And I love it because anytime I would be either writing something or putting a speech together or training, whatever it might be, I always brought this always came to the front of my mind. And it's basically says that 7% of what you might be telling somebody is all they're going to hear. So that was really important to me. 38% is your voice tone. And you notice with people have different types of voices and their tone might rise or it might fall, or sometimes people's tone of voice just grates your nerves for whatever it might be. So there's the voice tone. And then 55% is your body language. So you might say, yeah, but Karen, this is a book I'm writing. It's not a speech I'm giving, which is true. But I like to take those 3 numbers and then correlate them back to how that helps you write using that same sort of methodology. So let's get into the first one. So 7%, if that's all somebody hears you saying, in my old life of training, I always had documents that people would take with them. Because if I had to explain something to them, I had to realize they're going to leave and then they're going to be like, what did she say about this? Or what did she say about that? And you're gonna be like, I don't remember. So in writing your chapters and writing your book, you want to think about, okay, if somebody's finished reading my book, what is it that they're going to remember? Is it only 7%? Well, I'm not really sure. But what I want to suggest to you is that give the reader takeaways. Think of, they're going to be filtering your words through their eyes. If it was a regular message, it would be through their ears. So think about what the reader is going to understand. What is the biggest point you want to make while you're writing that one chapter? And how are you going to help them remember what's in the chapter? Because you know what? Sometimes I read books and then I think, oh, geez, what did they say about that? And I have to go back, and you guys know me, I love color. So I'm highlighting things, or I have stick-it notes throughout different books I read. So in that chapter, maybe have a checklist for them. Maybe there's a quiz, or there's some kind of affirmation or quote so that they remember what that chapter was all about. Okay. So it's just a little thing like that can make a huge impact in what the reader is remembering on your book. Writing tip number 2. So if I think that 38% is my voice tone in the impact of a message. So when I'm talking, again, do I talk really low and monotone? Or do I talk with lots of expression and I'm super excited? So think of that in the way of, the words you're going to use. Are you just going to use simple Simon words? Or are you going to use really great adjectives and verbs and adverbs? Really draw that reader in so that they're really engaged with what you're talking about. You're going to put a lot of effort into writing. It's such a huge undertaking. So make sure that your words, are really engaging with your reader. Because we've all had it, right? You've all read a book, and at the first 3 or 4 pages, if it doesn't grab your attention, you just set it aside. You're not going to read the rest of the book. The other thing I want to talk about when you're looking at words to use is don't assume that everybody knows everything about the subject you're talking about. we're experts. I get it. We know our content inside and out. But if you're thinking that somebody might not understand a phrase or a word that you use all the time, then you need to explain it, or you need to have a bit of an appendix at the back, whatever it might be, so that they can go back and look at what those words are that you're referring to. Especially, I work a lot in health and wellness. And so there's some aspects that we just know, but don't assume that your reader knows that, okay? So think of that 38% as the words you're going to use within the chapters in your book. Last thing I said was 55% is always our body language. So if you think of that in the way of visual, your book is very visual. Think of the graphics you're going to use. Think of what the cover is going to look like. Think, when somebody grabs a book, right? They look at the cover. Your cover has attracted them to pick up your book. So think of all those things. And sometimes people think, oh, well, it's just the cover. No. That's the main piece of the marketing of your book is the colors you're using, the font you use on the title of the book. What is your book title even going to be? They flip the book over. They want to see a picture of you. They want to read a bit of the autobiography. So it's really important to have those things that are very visually appeasing to your reader, right? So when you think about that in the inside of the book, how is your chapter going to be structured? How does the chapter title look? Are you going to use some really cool graphics inside your book? Are you going to bring in pictures? It's all those kinds of things like that put that whole book together, which is the overall impact your book is going to have on the reader. So a lot of times we get so caught up in different things, we just don't think of those pieces individually. Those are my writing tips for today. I just think it's a really great way for you to keep fresh on every chapter you tackle. And it's just a different approach. I like to do things a little differently, pull things apart and look at them from a different lens. Because at the end of the day, your book has to be unique. You have to show that publisher at the end of the book when you're ready to hand in your manuscript why they should choose you. So every little way we can think of how our book can be different and that much better is what I'm all about. And thank you so much for listening to today's video. I have some really great freebies on my website, and one is a chapter feedback form. So I'm going to drop the link below, but feel free to use that feedback chapter form after you've written every chapter. Give it out to anybody you feel can give you good constructive feedback and will be honest with you, right? So I thank you so much. Feel free to drop some comments below. I always read your comments. And I'm Karen Roy, Book Coaching Academy. If you feel like you've got a book inside you, but you're not sure where to start, go to the website and book a one-on-one coaching call with me because I am super excited to work with you. Have a great day. And until the next time we meet, just keep writing.